Hello guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to do pagination in Amazon. So first let's look at the problem statement. So if you go on to any site and any e-commerce site and search for fonts, you'll get a bunch of options and you'll get a little pagination over here. So basically, if you want to show all the data to the user, there are two ways of doing it. One is pagination and another one is infinite scroll, which I covered in the previous video. So in this video, we'll talk about how to do this pagination using a Postgres database. So let's go into the next part, which is the demo. So I have used a Postgres database, as I mentioned earlier, and another feature which is I have implemented, which is adding item to the Postgres. So yeah, you add the item and it will be present in the 8th page. So basically there are two parts in this. One is the front end and back end. So back end will consist of limit and offset. So just forget about it for now. So in the front end, what we're doing is we're just sending the page number and the limit. So that's what you need to know. I'll show the code. So page number means like we are on the 7th page right now and this data should get rendered on the 7th page. So the limit is how many elements are you want the user to see at once. So in Amazon, I guess there is a limit of 12 items or something. If you count it one by one, I think it's 12. So front end, all you need to know is we are sending the page number and limit to the back end. So let's look at the front end code for now. So basically when you click on the next button or the previous button, the page number ka value will change, and we are using a use state concept over here. So yeah, obviously this is you should know some basics about React before getting into it. So this is a very important, like, pagination is an important concept. So you'll add yeah, you'll update the value of the page here. So as I told you, you should pass the page number, and based on the next button, you are changing the value of the page and sending it to the backend. So how we are sending it to the backend is this code right here. So firstly, and how are we going to send the page number and limit to the backend? That is, there's a concept called as params. So basically using so there are two types of request in Axios. One is get request and one is post request. So basically get request means you are able to send the data. So basically page, we're sending variable values to the backend. So in this format, so this is the URL, which is localhost 5000, which is what my server is running on, and page is the value of the page, and limit is number 5, and then we are going to get that response, and then we are going to show it in the front end. So that is yeah, that's the basic thing. So how this works is whenever we are using a use effect, so basically whenever there's a change in the page number is when we need to do a get request, is when we need to contact the backend, like, hey, we the page is changed, we need a new set of data. So that's what's happening using the use effect. So every time there's a change in the page number, which happens when you click on the next or the previous button, so the use effect will call the fetch items, and then we're going to pass the new page number and the yeah, and basically the same limit to the backend, and backend is where the other part happens. So let's look at the backend. So basically it is slash items. So we're sending get request to slash items over here, and in the backend, so yeah, obviously I'm going to provide you all the code right now, do not worry about it. So in the backend, we are gonna extract the page and the limit and calculate the offset. So don't worry about offset. So offset is nothing but the first element of each page. So that is gonna be different, right? So imagine there are 3 pages. 3 pages. So offset is nothing but, okay. So let's discuss about offset. So offset is nothing but item number of the first element of that page. So consider there are 4 pages of here with 3 elements each. So offset of this page should be, what is the item number of the first element? It should be 1, right? So what is the item number of this? It should be 4, right? So I hope you get it. So basically we are telling like this is the first element of that page. So we are gonna pass this element number to the backend and say, hey, this is the first element. From here I want the limit, which is 3 elements. So let's look at the code right now. So basically we are getting the page and the limit from the request.query, which is basically what we have sent it. So we have sent the page and limit from here, and it goes to here, and we are extracting the page and limit, and we'll calculate the offset, which is very easy to calculate based on the page number. And then we are doing a query. So we are using Postgres here, and items is the table name. So we're telling, hey, a limit and the offset is this one right here. $1 means this one, $2 means the beneath the under it, I mean the next element. So if there was $3, it would be the next one here. If it was something like height or something, so that would be $3. So at the end we're gonna send 2 things back, which is the items and the total count. So items will be the data of that page, and total count would be the total count of all the elements present in the database. So with the total count you can figure out how much pages. So in this it tells like total 7 out of 8 page. So this 8 page is coming from here. So yeah, as I told you, we are sending the items and the total count back, and we are setting up, and we are doing a response.data.items. Data.items because there are 2 things present in the response. One is the items and another one is the total count here, which we need to calculate the total number of pages. So response.data.total count and items. So because there are 2 key value pairs here, one is the items and the total count. So I hope you understood from this video, and subscribe for more such quality information. Hope to see you tomorrow. Let's go.